You want to avoid them, pretend they don't. Life is fucking grand, ain't it? No, I don't have access to record and still look at my messages. I don't have access to record and look at what's on my YouTube and my Facebook. I don't get to make phone calls and record it at the same time. Live, anyway. And if it's not recorded live, then it takes a lot of post-processing. It takes me having to come up with the money to go somewhere where I can sit. And, of course, a lot of the subject matter and things of that nature. It's inappropriate to talk about it in Starbucks. It's also inappropriate to talk about it at the library, but in the library everything carries. I gotta take all my stuff in there and I gotta set it all up. And then if I gotta make a phone call, I gotta go outside. Which means I gotta pack my stuff up so it won't get stolen. Don't leave your shit unattended, you know? So then when you get an important call and you tell somebody to call you back in 5 minutes and they literally just never call you. That's always fun, isn't it? If they know they're being recorded, cops are usually a bit nicer to homeless people. Usually. Well, that is if they know that it's being recorded live. Or if there's somebody who looks like they're well-to-do who's in the area that seems to care about that particular hobo. However, as soon as that rich person leaves, those cops go right at it again. There's a lot of people that type pretty shit at me. Don't type pretty shit at me. Find out what's going on and help me. Instead of telling me over and over you don't know how you can help, how about you fucking sober up and ask? I've told you how you can help. I've told all of you how you can help. Speak up. You've got a fucking Facebook. You've got a YouTube. Speak up. Look at the fucking evidence. Listen to what I have to say. And that one right there, that last one, is the biggest one. The biggest one. If you don't give a fuck about what's happening to me, don't pretend to. If you don't even care enough to find out what's happening, don't pretend like we're friends. Don't tell me a bunch of condescending bullshit and pretend like that's help. Don't tell me to get a job and treat me completely like shit, as if telling me to get a job is going to fix all of my fucking problems. No, those are just pretty words. I can't turn off my fucking disabilities, dipshit. I can't fucking take care of myself, you goddamn morons! But no, it's fucking entertainment to you. I need help. Don't send me a friend request and fucking bullshit me for 6 months. Leave. I don't know how to help. Well, shit, bitch, you can start by finding out what's going on. You can get on your fucking Facebook and you can fucking share actual goddamn evidence. Evidence that the shit that I'm being abused over is fucking bullshit. Instead, you're wasting my goddamn time, you stupid cunt! You are getting people hurt by fucking playing! It's a goddamn game to you! One simple goddamn task! Call me and fucking listen! Then there's all these people who want to repeatedly talk over me and talk about their personal goddamn problems. You say, hey, I only got 5 minutes. Well, if I don't interrupt you while you're talking about your personal goddamn problems, you listen to 3 sentences of what I have to say before you start interrupting, and then you're gonna go off on a 4-hour goddamn tangent about something completely unrelated to my problems. If you're going to help me, we need to focus on my problems. If I have to charge your battery every day for you to go fucking hang out with somebody else, that's not helping me. Antagonizing the situation by repeatedly telling me what to do. You have no fucking clue what's going on because you're not a friend. You've spent 0 time trying to find out what it is that's even going on. You've spent 0 time listening. You've spent 0 times looking at evidence. You've spent 0 time sharing evidence. You tell me you want to be my friend. Well, how do you want to be my friend? We've never met. You don't fucking know me in person, and I'm not a very nice fucking guy on the internet. You know why I'm not a nice guy on the fucking internet? Because of bullshitters like you. I need help, not bullshit. You don't know how to help? Well, Jesus fucking Christ, you selfish prick! Try listening! Pay attention to the fucking victim, instead of making it about you! Now when I find my tablet, I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm gonna pull something out to fucking educate you goddamn idiots about suicide. About how exactly your help is literally why men kill themselves. This isn't the help you give to women. If I was a pretty fucking junkie who was 19 years old, you would hang on every fucking word coming out of my mouth. It doesn't have to be true. I know that every guy that I know will stab me in the back over some pussy. I am the only man I know who won't stab somebody in the back over somebody's vagina. They say, oh, it's fair in love and war. Well, that's not love. That's fucking sex. That's just sex. And a lot of these guys, you know, they want to rationalize it and pacify it and pass it off as, oh, you know, I really got some feelings for this girl. Of course you do. She's the only woman who's given you any attention in the last 5 years. A lot of times people are expecting way more than they're going to get. A lot of these guys, you know, they think, all right, well, I just need to get laid. But maybe if I tell Sean or any other dude for that matter, oh, well, dude, you know, I'm really into this chick. Well, good. That's okay. You're allowed to be into her. She's allowed to be into you. If she's not into you, that should be okay too, though. With me and Natalie, Natalie wanted things that I was not willing to give her. Now, for me, not willing to give that to her, not willing to let her have more of a relationship than just friends, that was my boundaries. That was the boundaries that I set. I did let her know that I loved her, and she told me that she loved me often as well. And same thing with Alicia. That's the thing, is that your words, sure, by mouth, Natalie and Alicia both claimed that they loved me, but by their actions, they didn't love me. They didn't care if I was hurt. What they cared about is hiding the skeletons in their closet. If they don't want somebody going out and telling their personal business, they shouldn't be going out and slandering someone's name. Shouldn't be making false accusations. You don't tell someone that you're going to kill yourself if they don't come to Virginia and then treat them like they're a fucking stalker for going to Virginia. You don't ask somebody to stay behind your work so that you can see them and then pretend that they're stalking you. You don't insist on giving someone something for their birthday and insist on seeing someone on their birthday if they're fucking stalking you. After Virginia, I was done. As far as I knew, Natalie was still in Virginia. You know when I found out Natalie was not in Virginia? The day I got a phone call while I was at Kayla Trujillo's house at 120th and Melody in Aurora, Colorado. I got a phone call saying that Natalie was missing. And yeah, Kayla Trujillo, Miss Peaches, she's recorded on my channel on multiple occasions. Multiple occasions. She speaks about many of the situations that I was in, that you guys want to pretend I'm crazy for saying them. These people didn't want their personal business out there. Well, the fact is their personal business has a lot of bearing on the situation and the case. Whether or not you came forward in court is the difference. That shit that you told me that I recorded and put it on YouTube, that you guys want down, you want it destroyed, you want it gone. You want to complain that it's a privacy violation. Well, it's still up. If those things were true, why are you trying to destroy them? If they're not true, why would you even say them? And of course, when you guys don't get your way, you go out of your way to be as mean as you can. All right. Now, I do believe that on my tablet here, I should be able to get the Denny's internet. And then I can read you some stuff about suicide awareness. We'll see. When people say that they'll help me, you notice that when they need help, they need it immediately. Well, same thing with me. If a crime literally just happened, and I need help turning it in, scheduling it for 3 weeks from now isn't going to help. Scheduling it for tomorrow and then not showing up, and then scheduling for 3 days after that and then not showing up, and then scheduling it for a week after that and still not showing up. That's not help. That makes things worse for the victim. All right. All right, there we go. We're connected to the internet. All right. We'll look up suicide versus suicidal. There's a lot of people, their excuse is that they're out of state. Why don't you try listening? If I am able to get you to actually listen, then you get to learn stuff like my predators got to do these things from multiple states. Kara Johnson Miles, the reason that Kara Johnson Miles is not in prison is because Shannon Alvarado in California's drunk ass wanted to keep on telling me she couldn't do nothing because she's out of state. About Kara Johnson Miles. Kara Johnson Miles lives in Texas. Kara Johnson Miles, months later, when I was literally forced to break the law to try to get help. Forced to break the law because people did not care. Did not care, and still to this day do not care. Brandon Ratner's pride is fucking hurt. His poor fucking bloody mangina is hurt. Nobody's threatening to kill his fucking family. He isn't forced to move all the fucking time. He's not separated from all of his loved ones. And when he needed my help, he got it immediately. When he told me his older brother was missing, it didn't take me 6 fucking years to say something. It didn't even take me 6 minutes. All right, suicide versus suicidal. All right. Suicide is considered a tragedy. Here, we'll hold the phone over this so we can do this properly. Suicide is considered a tragedy. Being suicidal is considered attention-seeking. Oh, he just wants attention. He just wants attention. He just wants attention. That's right. The way you treat someone who is suicidal is what pushes them to suicide. You push them to suicide by telling them they just want attention. Says when you commit suicide, everyone feels bad. But everyone feels irritated when you're suicidal. I don't want to hear it, dude. You know how many friends I have who killed themselves? I don't want to hear it. Yeah, they killed themselves because you didn't want to fucking hear it, you piece of shit. You got fucking irritated at them. You fucking treated them like hell when they were fucking screaming for help. They came to you for help and you did them dirty. And now you feel bad? Bitch, you should have thought about that beforehand. It says suicide, everyone is present. But when you're suicidal, everyone tries to avoid you. You're goddamn right, every one of you pieces of shit pretending to be my friends, but never once speaking up. Forcing me to record you and post it on the internet to show I was telling the truth. All because you were too much of a piece of shit to go in court. You were too much of a piece of shit to make a report. You just wanted to keep your name out of it. Well, it's too bad that you were already a part of the situation. If you hadn't already been a part of the situation, you could have stayed out of it. You want to avoid me because I'm not happy all the fucking time? Well, there's a reason I'm not happy all the fucking time, but you're not living this, so it's fucking fine, isn't it, you fucking pieces of shit? Next one. Everyone wishes they saw the signs. Motherfucker, you are the signs. You treat somebody who is going through hell like they're attention seeking, and you're irritated with them and try to avoid them and dismiss every goddamn thing they say. They're going through hell, and how do you dismiss them? You talk over them. You start talking about yourself. Sure, you might say that you're willing to help and that you care or that you love them, but I only tell you this because I love you, Sean. No, fuck you. You don't love me or you would listen. When you make it about you, you are showing you don't care. If you care about somebody, you make the time. It's going to be a lot more fucking work if anybody actually gets involved and gives a shit. The rewards will be worth it because I've got enough evidence to change the laws all the way across the United States. But none of you actually give a fuck about me, and unfortunately, it's fucking you guys too. Anna Hunka is dead because I was not heard. Benjamin Harvey is dead because I was not heard. Natalie Bollinger is dead because I was not heard. Tibor Atay is dead because I was not heard. Dmitry Shankling is dead because I was not heard. And there's a lot more people who are dead because I was not heard. Now it says, everyone wishes they saw the signs. Someone came to you for help, and you pushed them to suicide. And then you want attention. Your friend who you treated like shit and pushed to commit suicide, after they've committed suicide, you want to seek attention because it's a tragedy. You feel bad, huh? You should be. You got irritated with someone who desperately needed help. You should feel bad. Everyone's present. You're damn right. It's because they just want attention. See, when you needed the help, when you went to these people for help, they made it about them because they were the ones who were attention seeking. They don't care about you. As soon as you go to somebody about your personal hell, seeking assistance in stopping this, and they continually blow you off, yes, that will eventually push you to the point that you want your life to fucking end. When your loved ones treat you like you're just seeking attention. When they get irritated with you. You're not allowed to have feelings. You're not allowed to have emotions. You're not allowed to be hurt. But they are. It says, everyone wishes they hadn't done it. Bullshit, you pushed them to it. They didn't fucking matter when they were alive. If they did matter while they were alive, you would have listened to them and you would have fucking helped them put a stop to whatever abuse that they're going through. But you don't care. You want to talk about yourself and talk about all of your personal problems and say, hey, I cared. I finally called after years and talked about myself for hours. See, Sean, I care. Look how much time I spent showing I care. When I made excuse after excuse after excuse and ignored every goddamn thing you said to me. You goddamn right I speak up. I'm not just trying to get justice for me. I'm trying to get justice for a lot of us. But these people are driven by their sins. They're driven by their wants and desires, not their needs. So many people out here, they neglect their personal needs because they want to get laid or they want to get drunk. Their loved ones stick with them, but they don't so much stick with their loved ones. That's when you know that they've become the drug. There ain't enough of a person left in there anymore for it to make any difference how much you love them. Now let's pull up another one. You guys probably don't give two shits, but if you want to help, get a fucking education. It only takes you 20 minutes to fucking look all this shit up. Here's one. What not to say to someone with depression. It's not quite the one I was looking for, but close enough. Alright, these things are all examples of why you push people to suicide with your pretty words. You're dismissive entirely of what they're going through. You're not willing to listen. The worst things to say to someone in a depressive episode. Let's read these ones. The next one is autism, so you know. The first one here. But you have so much to be happy about. See, now you're making assumptions and you are dismissing what they're going through. You don't know what they're going through, but you've already dismissed them. We all have bad days, though. You know what? Yes, we all have bad days. But we all don't have bad days like this. We're not all completely alone in situations like this. Having a bad day, that happens. Being stuck on the streets and victimized every single day. That's not just a bad day. Your friends fucking freezing to death and getting shot in the fucking head isn't just a bad day. How about instead of dismissing me and dismissing my emotions and treating me like I'm a bad person for having them? How about you knock your shit off and fucking listen? Others have it worse than you do. They're okay. No. That is not okay. You know what? I was raped as a child, but did I treat Ventus the way that Beatrice treated him? Beatrice excuses, oh, well, this stuff happens to women all the time. Does that make it any less traumatic for Ventus? No. Just because he's a guy doesn't make it okay. Just because it's not as bad as it could have been doesn't mean that it's okay. You say that he shouldn't complain because women are raped. Well, men are raped too, and little boys as well. I was one of them. Enough of this men can't be victims crap, and men don't have to put up with nearly as much, and so on and so on. No, that's bullshit. I was a good-looking kid till my nose grew. Now let's show how much worse that can get. Ventus should not have any complaints about being molested because women have been raped. Well, then let's say to those rape victims the same thing. Well, at least you aren't over in Africa where they would have chopped you up into pieces and stuffed you in a tire and lit it on fire while you're still breathing. No, things are worse elsewhere is never an acceptable excuse for not trying to make the world a better place. And that includes where you're at. These are all dismissive. Just so you know, I was being physically assaulted, having my life threatened, having my family's lives threatened, having my friends' lives threatened, through all of this shit that people couldn't hear because they were too busy saying, but you have so much to be happy about. We all have bad days though. Others have it worse than you. They're okay. It's all in your head. It's not real. You know what? People who don't have a reaction to this kind of abuse don't have any emotions whatsoever, or they're no longer a human being anymore. They've been abused to the point where there's nothing there to save. Here's, stop feeling sorry for yourself. That's right. When somebody assaults you, it's your fault. You're feeling sorry for yourself. You shouldn't feel sorry for yourself. When you are having to move all the time, can't see your loved ones, and these people are always telling me about them feeling sorry for themselves. And here's the difference. They're supposedly going to help me, but they can't stop talking about themselves. They tell me, don't live in the past. They're talking to me about shit that happened 20 years ago, while I'm having to deal with shit that happened yesterday and today and the day before. Stuff that there was no answer to. Nobody even tried to stop it. It says, don't be dramatic. That's right. You pretend that we're just attention seeking. We just want attention. And then, of course, you make it all about you. And you dismiss everything that we have to say before we've even had the chance to say it. And just think positive. Oh, you're negative all the time, Sean. You're negative all the time. No, I'm fucking not. I try to have hope. Hope that one person might actually give a shit enough to actually take a look at what's going on. Just think positive, huh? Just a happy little thought and you can fucking fly, huh? Yeah, that's how you end up with a couple of broken legs. There have been plenty of people who have tried it. Physics works, gravity works, and biology is not going to change for your fucking fantasy. Just thinking positive. The reality of the situation is there is a lot to be afraid of and a lot to prepare to defend yourselves against. Preemptive protection is always easier than going, all right, you know what? I realize there's an armed shooter, but he's going to have to stop shooting while I drive home, unlock my safe at home, pull out my handgun, load up the rounds that I have in it, and then go back into the school so that I can stop a school shooter from shooting a bunch of kids. Yeah, that's not how fucking life works, dumbass. With the way that homeless people are treated and the fact that you all know homeless people are treated this way. And you guys do everything that you can to avoid the situation. All of this shit here, this is not fucking help. If you're gonna tell me this shit, shove it up your ass. Next. Here's another one. What not to say to somebody with depression? Man up or toughen up. I've dealt with worse. You'll be fine. See, man up or toughen up. See, not willing to listen. You're busy giving advice. Number 2, I've dealt with worse. You'll be fine. Fuck you. Stop being a dismissive fucking prick. Again, making it about you. You have no fucking clue what's going on. 3, why are you always so sad? How would you know that I'm always sad? And I would like it if somebody actually cared to ask why I'm always so sad. But then again, you don't have to fucking ask. I've been saying it over and over again. You don't care. I say it live on YouTube and all over my Facebook. Because saying it to each and every one of you individually hundreds of times, you still don't fucking get it. But the number one question that should be asked is, why? Why is the number one question that should be asked. It's not why are you... Why? We're trying to tell you why. And you're telling us to man up. I've dealt with worse. You don't even know what's going on. Here, you just got to stay positive. Positive thinking is not getting me help. What the fuck is being positive doing? What is there to be fucking positive about? I should be glad that I have a roof over my head. Yes, I'm glad for that. I'm glad I'm not out in the fucking rain. But guess what happens if I lose the roof over my head? I lose the evidence of a whole bunch of my supposed friends telling me all this shit. Trying to pretend that my life is so fucking wonderful. Oh, you're free. You're so free. I envy you being out there homeless and free. This is not freedom, you fucking twat. Everything is more expensive when you're fucking homeless. You want to rent a room, but you're homeless. Yeah, you're stuck with whatever you can panhandle up, right? So once a week, if you go without eating almost every day, you can afford a hotel room one day a week. If you're but even pretty ones, and that's about it. And even then, most of those folks aren't going to rent you a hotel room. A lot of those guys will invite you to their house, offer you some alcohol. You know how to play that routine. Yeah, it's fucking scary. What's even scarier than that is that there's so many men out there that are like that. But you don't take it out on them. You take it out on their other victims. Us, the homeless. All of you do this. Now here's another one. This one right here is complete crap. Just from the very start. You matter. Yeah, instead of telling me these things, try listening, because this stuff is all wrong too. Don't say I matter. Listen to me. Don't tell me my feelings matter. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. If you're busy telling me my feelings matter, well, then maybe you should even find out, I don't know, what my feelings are and why. Your feelings are valid. You know what? I hear these things out of these trained professionals, but this shit is all wrong. These things are all wrong. I believe you. I believe you. See, I'm going through this shit. I'm not depressed because I have a chemical fucking imbalance. I'm depressed because I'm going through hell. because I'm taking a lot of fucking abuse. So none of this applies to people with situational depression. If your son just fucking died, you've got situational depression. Now, I believe you. When I need help turning in evidence and I need you to fucking verify it, yeah, lots of people looked at the shit with Natalie Bollinger and what she put up. Lots of people who hate me were fine and instrumental in picking and pulling out little bits and pieces and even making artificial profiles of an artificial me so they could make shit up and pull it off of there. People pulling stuff off of other Sean Schwartz accounts, like Sean Michael Schwartz. I don't know who Sean Michael Schwartz is. And that's the thing, is that this got out of hand before Natalie was fucking killed. When it gets to the mandated reporter stuff, that's pretty fucking important too. Now I'm going to go through that depression one out. I'm going to break it down. No, I don't need you telling me that you're sorry. I need you to listen. That means not saying any of those things. It means listen. You have any idea how many women in my lifetime that I have just sat down and listened to? And they will talk forever. Do you have any idea how many men I have sat down with and just listened to for hours on end? Just listening. When I helped people out, I was able to help because I listened. When Brandon Ratner's brother disappeared, I listened. I know his brother. I have pictures of his brother. Making a missing persons post was pretty fucking easy. That at least I knew how to do. I knew what to do because I fucking listened. And because I have actively been involved in protecting actual victims for most of my life, you son of a bitches. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper, and no victim left behind.